Good evening and welcome to the Pirates TV viewers. I'm Scott Mitchell, your host and commentator, and this evening, what a meeting have we got for you. We have the Knockout Cup semi-final second leg here at Wimborne Road tonight between the Poole Pirates and the LEICESTER Lions. First leg having taken place on Saturday night up at Beaumont Park, so the LEICESTER Lions come here with a slight lead, a 2-point lead with a 46-44 win. What have the Pirates been up to in the last few days? Well, obviously a week ago we saw on BSN, if you have BSN, we've seen the Pirates win out here comfortably 60-30 to the Plymouth Gladiators in the quarterfinals of the championship. The job was finished last night down at the Coliseum where Pirates won 50-40 and a good away win. So confidence for them coming into tonight. LEICESTER Lions, well, they've had to wait a long time to be able to ride the Pirates on Saturday night in the first leg of the Knockout Cup because they'd had to wait about 15 days after having beaten the Scorpions in their quarterfinals. So it's all to ride for tonight. We know they ride well here. We know they've won here in the past. They are looking for a big win. So it's tight. It's going to be tight. I've spoken to fans on the way in and they predict it. We only need to win by 3, so it's going to be a tough night. It's going to be a tight night, and then let's go over to the pits and see who we can find to have a chat about it. So we're with Midlow, Pirates team manager. Mate, a bit of rest and recuperation last week?
Yeah, I had a week off playing golf in Turkey. Can't you tell by the tan?
No, I couldn't actually. We were doing all right, you know, while you were away sunning yourself. Good win last week, obviously, and then last night at Plymouth.
Yeah, no, it was good. I mean, 30 points, you know, if we'd lost that, we'd want shooting, wouldn't we? But yeah, no, it was good meeting, to be fair. There was some good racing. Scotty Nichols and Lee Compton particularly were value for money last night. They really rolled the clock back. They were worth the admission fee on their own. But yeah, got the job done. So,
confidence coming in tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one. We know that. I mean, in Leicester, I'm sure Dick will be saying to these boys, you know, we've been down here early and we've turned the Pirates over, so they're going to hope for some of the same. But, you know, I think at the moment we're firing good. It's all 7 riders, they're all doing their job, and that's the main thing.
They didn't choose us for the championship playoff?
No, that says something, doesn't it? Yeah, so tonight we just got to really get through this one tonight and then move on from that and then obviously look towards the league.
For me, I think that's as much of how well we go at their place.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we went very well the other night. We sort of started off really well, then we lost our way a little bit, got to 8 points down. Javi and I pulled the boys together. We had a big chat in the interval and they came out firing all cylinders and got back to 2, so I was very pleased with that.
In their 47-43 win here in May, earlier in the season, they picked up 13 points at reserve to our 2.
Yeah, I mean, I say that time and time again that reserves are very important. Obviously, you know, Zach and Nathan, it's a big job for them. I mean, Zach's going well. Nathan's, I mean, the Plymouth match, I watched that and he's coming on. When he makes some starts, Nathan, I mean, that's his biggest downfall perhaps. Once he gets in front, you get a bit of confidence. Leicester the other night, he was leading the race and unfortunately just made a mistake on the last turn and came down. And apart from that, would have had a race win. So, but yeah, it's business end now. We need things from him.
He doesn't have the fans on his back though, Nathan. They are right behind him here at Poole.
And that's nice to see because it's a tough old thing when you're having a bad time. The last thing you need is getting grief from the supporters, and they've been very supportive, and that's great to see.
Well, we'll hope for a good start tonight and we get the job done.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah, we've got to hit them hard early doors, get the points in the bag and make them chase us.
Thanks ever so much, mate.
Cheers, Scotty.
So we have the Lions team manager, Stewart DICKSON. Stewart, big meeting tonight.
This time of year, September, normally always big meetings. We found ourselves down here this time last year, you know, and we were on the receiving end, unfortunately, so we need to try and put things right tonight.
You come with a 2-point lead. Would you have liked more?
Certainly would, yeah. I think that's. I think you know that was a rhetorical question you gave me there. We would have liked more. At one point on Saturday night, it looked as if we were going to get more. Pirates came back into it, so it's still all to play for, I think. 2, have I got 8? I'd have still wanted more, I've got to be honest with you, but 2, will it be enough? I'll know in a couple of hours time, but we would have liked more, yeah.
But you can't come here not confident with having beat the Pirates here in May.
I'm not saying I'm not confident. I'm just being realistic and being honest with the question you asked me. I would have liked more than 2, but It's still 2 more than they've got. It's when we're going to Heat 1. If we get a couple of heat advantages, all of a sudden it's game on, and they'll be getting itchy fingers come the starting gate. And that's what we tell my riders. We need to go off to a good start tonight to put them under pressure. My heat leaders are just as good, if not better, than those guys. That's why they've got higher averages in all 3 of them, and that's the message. I need to drum it into my team. I need to get them to be confident. But I need all 7 firing. I can't have just 4 or 5 riding the way they did on Saturday night. I need all 7. If I don't have a 7-man team effort tonight, I'm not saying effort, if I don't have a 7-man guys performing, we ain't getting through to the final. That'll be the message.
That was really why I asked the question, because you did come out of the blocks when you were here last time and got a lead and held it.
We did. We started very well, and it's possible that we could do it again. I'm also realistic. I'm no daft. I know Danny King wasn't in the same form as what he is in now, but at the same time, I'm not really overly concerned with Poole. It's what we do tonight. It's from my point of view. Midland will be looking at his team and see what they do. I've got to get my guys fired up. We need to come out the traps flying tonight. And if we can get into any sort of lead, 2, 4, 6, whatever it may be, all of a sudden there's pressure on this camp. If it goes the other way and we're behind, we're going to be chasing and scratching. I think it's going to be a hell of a battle. We don't think we're out of this. We know what we're capable of. That's why we finished top of the league, clear of the rest of them. We know what we can do. We have one here. Poole's yet to beat us. Come 9:30 tonight, they might still have no beat us.
Correct, indeed. I mean, this is a fixture that probably all Pirates have wanted all season, to have you back here. So the fans are going to love this. I know you're going to love this. It's what you ride for.
Definitely, that's why I'm here, that's why I'm involved. I think that's why the Bateses brought me to Leicester, to get us into this sort of competition at this stage of the season. It's great to be involved, still in it, and fingers crossed we can get a crack at Redcar in the final. I'm sure the guys will be watching it tonight. And the best team will go through. It's going to be tough. We know it's going to be tough. Poole will fancy it. If I was 2 down and I was bringing Poole back to Leicester, I would fancy it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, Poole's the sort of team that could fancy coming up with Leicester to turn it about. I don't know what's going to happen. Near to you, that's why we're having a good long chat about it.
I'll tell you what, mate, I love chatting to you. You just say it how it is. I love that. Thanks ever so much, mate. We got to move because Richard Lawson wants to get his bike in here.
Richard, or Lawson? All right, okay, that's not bad. Okay.
Cheers, mate.
Enjoy. Cheers, thank you.
So here we go with the team lineups. We'll start with the Leicester Lions. At number 1, we have Nick Morris, the Australian-born racer, made a semi-final here 1 month ago at the Championship Riders Championship. He does like racing here. At number 2, we have Connor Mountain. The Brit scored 8 points in the British final at Bellevue on Sunday, missing out on a semi-final spot by just 1 point. Shows his current form and he's on the up. At number 3, Richie WORRALL. He had a disappointing 2-point tally at the British final. He'll be looking to improve on that, as he's a former Pirate and loves this place. At number 4, Dan Thompson. His last visit to Wimborne Road saw him at reserve, scoring 11 plus 2 bonus. That form sees him up into the main body of the team this time round, and he was also runner-up in the British Under-21 Championships recently. At number 5, Carl Howarth. He's had a good season with both Sheffield Tigers and the Lions. He showed that he comfortably qualified for the semi-final at the British Championships, just missed out on a place in the final. At number 6, Joe Thompson, brother of Dan, started in the main body of the team at the start of the season. Current form sees him drop down to reserve. And at number 7 is Max Clegg. Came in at the start of the month for the Lions. This is his first away meeting. 2+1 last time he was here with Newcastle. And obviously the team manager, Stewart DICKSON. So we move over to the Poole Pirates, and at number 1, Danny King. The captain's back at number 1 by 0.01 in the averages. 4th place at the British Championships on Sunday, missing the podium by 1 spot. That tells you all that you need to know about Danny's form this season. At number 2 is Ben Cook. Excelled since he's been up in the main body of the team. Posted his fastest time of the season just last Wednesday here at Wimborne Road. At number 3, Stevie WORRALL bounced back well from an awkward crash a couple of weeks ago. 10th at the British final, but did post a good heat win in Heat 1. At number 4, we have Drew Kemp. Drew still adapting to being into the main body of the team. Didn't have a good night last time September were in town. Last time that Leicester were in town, sorry. He'll be looking for put that right tonight. At number 5, Richard Lawson missed out on the semi-final berth at the British Champs by a point because of a fourth ride engine failure. Bounced back from the disappointment though with 13 points at Plymouth last night. At number 6, Zach Cook started to get his mojo riding, now back at reserve. He's going to have a big part to play this evening if the Pirates are to win this match. And at number 7, well, he had a 5-1, a memorable 5-1 with Steve Worrall last week. The fans' favourite will be looking to repeat that tonight. So, and obviously our team manager Neil Middleditch is back in the fold. So those are the runners and riders for tonight.
Let's meet the Lions then, ladies and gentlemen. Give them a big warm welcome, the Watling JCB Lions. At number 7, well, he's been impressive in the lower order since joining the Lions in July, Max Clegg. Number 6, he's been a highly productive part of the side when positioned in the reserve berth. That's Joe Thompson. Number 5, he was in bountiful form on the Lions' last visit in June. Knows his way around Wimborne Road, their captain, Kyle Howarth. Number 4, he was the silver medal winner in the British Under-21 final 3 weeks ago. It's Joe's brother, Dan Thompson. Number 3, Lions' top scorer on Saturday night at the Paul Chapman Arena with 12 points, Richie WORRALL. Number 2, he scored in every ride from this position when Lions were last in town, Commentator. And having a great season at Beaumont Park, returning to the number 1 slot to finish the season off, Nick Morris. At number 7, he got the biggest cheer of all last week when voted Rider of the Night, following his Heat 12 5-1, Nathan Ablitt. Number 6, he's pulled out some brilliant rides when the chips are down to lift the Pirates, Zach Cook. Number 5, a paid maximum last Wednesday. It underlines the good things we've been saying all year about Richard Lawson. A Heat 14 win with Zach lifted the Pirates. It set up the last heat decider in Saturday's first leg for our number 4, Drew Kemp. At number 3, he's been in scintillating form since the short layoff. A full 15-point maximum last Wednesday from Steve WORRALL. Number 2, his paid 10 last night was just the support the Pirates needed to carry them through, Ben Cook. And number 1, he led the Pirates scoring on Saturday with 12 big points, our glorious captain, Danny King. Danny and Kyle are here on start line to spin the coin to choose gate positions. Kyle calls heads. Can't see it. There it is. It is a head. Kyle gets the choice. And Kyle is going 1 and 3 in Heat 1 for the Lions.
So, here we go. It's Heat 1, sponsored by KD Wardrobes, and on the inside, in yellow, is Connor Mountain for the Leicester Lions. In gate 2, in blue, is Ben Cook for the Pirates. In gate 3, in white, is Nick Morris for the Leicester Lions. And in gate 4 is the Poole captain, in red, Danny King.
Make some noise for Danny King!
So here we go then, they're all at tapes. The green light is on, we are away. And it's a good start from the Pirates. They're away from the top. Ben Cook's got Nick Morris all over him. But it's the Pirates out front trying to make a hole in this 2-point deficit. And if they could do that in Heat 1, that would be awesome. Morris nearly hitting Cook up the backside there, and it's messed up Morris's corner and allowed his partner Connor Mountain to come alongside. But as we come into the end of lap 3, it's Pirates Danny King out front, the captain. Made a great start before. It's Ben Cook in second. It's Nick Morris in third in white. And it's Connor Mountain at the back in yellow. You'll hear the roar of the Pirates fans as they come over the line. It's red, blue, white and yellow. Red, blue, white and yellow. It's a 5-1 heat score to the Pirates. The boys will come round and take the plaudits of the fans. Nothing quite like it. These semi-final nights here at Wimborne Road. So here's the confirmation of the Heat 1 result. It's Danny King. He wins in red for the Pirates and picks up 3 points. It's Ben Cook in second. He picks up 2. In third was Nick Morris in white. He picks up 1. And at the back was Connor Mountain. So the heat result was a 5-1 maximum heat score to the Pirates, taking the race result or match result for the second leg to 5 to the Pirates, 1 to the Lions. And you can see our aggregate score up there for you just to keep it ticking along. It's now a 2-point lead for the Pirates. They go to 49 with the Lions on 47. So here we go. Heat 2, sponsored by Compact Lifting Services. On the inside in red for the Poole Pirates is Zach Cook. He's in gate 1. In gate 2 in white is Joe Thompson for the LEICESTER Lions. In gate 3 in blue is Nathan Ablitt for the Poole Pirates. And on the outside in yellow is Max Clegg for the LEICESTER Lions. Let's not forget the LEICESTER Lions finished top of the league comfortably as well. Let's not forget that. They're a great side. And away we go again. And it's Zach Cook getting passed around the outside by Max Clegg. And it's Nathan Ablitt now coming under Joe Thompson. And he's got under him. He's got under him. Ablitt comes into third. But it's Max Clegg out front. Signed back in July. But the LEICESTER Lions have rarely rode since then. And what an acquisition he looks to be here in Heat 2 for the Lions. But it's Pirates packing the minor places, but Joe Thompson hasn't given this up at the back yet with Nathan Ablitt. Ablitt's going to have to be very wary. He's got 1 lap there to hold on to that third place. Zach looks very comfortable. Zach Cook in red. Thompson's made a bit of a mess of turn 1 and he's now out of the way. So it's a yellow, red, blue as they come over the line. It's a 3-all heat score. And it's a first win for the LEICESTER Lions with the rider in yellow, Max Clegg. So your Heat 2 result and confirmation in winning it in yellow for the LEICESTER Lions. A very important 3 points was Max Clegg. In second was Zach Cook. He picks up a couple for the Pirates in red. In third was Nathan Ablitt in blue. He picks up a well-earned point as he passed Joe Thompson there, and Thompson didn't come in at the back. So it was a 3-all heat score there, was the result of Heat 2, taking the match score to 8 to the Pirates, 4 to the Lions after Heat 2. And there we've got our running total there, 52 to 50. Here's Ablitt coming up the inside in blue. Got very tight there. Thompson got on a bit of slippery stuff and went straight on, and Ablitt was able to hold the line. Our riders there line up. Heat 3 sponsored by Bias Technology. In gate 1 in white is Richie WORRALL for the LEICESTER Lions. In gate 2 in blue is Drew Kemp for the Pirates. In gate 3 is Dan Thompson in yellow for the Lions. 11 points he picked up here on his last visit. And on the outside in gate 4 is the other sibling. It's Stevie WORRALL in red for the Pirates. Most of the Poole fans on my way in tonight predicting this one being really tight, and I couldn't agree more. Here we go then. It's heat 3. Takes her up and away we go. And Richie WORRALL's away, on the inside, and he's being joined by Dan Thompson. But Drew Kemp's coming up the inside. But Thompson, is he going to be able to keep hold of him and stay tight on him? Kemp has made the move and got through. Can Stevie WORRALL at the back now make a move on Dan Thompson? But it's Richie WORRALL out front. Looking very quick, but Drew Kemp is now catching him. Stevie WORRALL's making moves on Thompson. It's 2 races in 1 here. Stevie WORRALL looks quicker than Thompson. He's going high, wide and handsome. Stevie WORRALL in red. Is he going to make it around the outside? He's not quite there. Thompson's gone down low. WORRALL's gone down low, but maybe needed a wide run there. But it looks like as we come to the line, it looks like a 4-2 to the Leicester Lions. It's white, blue, yellow and red. It's a 4-2 heat advantage to the Leicester Lions. I'm sure Richie WORRALL will be really pleased with that, getting on over on his brother. Dan Thompson did well to fend off Steve WORRALL there. I'm sure there'll be some bike changes. Here's your heat 3 confirmation of the result. It was a win for Richie WORRALL. He picks up 3 points for the Leicester Lions in white. Second was Drew Kemp, and a great pass on Dan Thompson early doors. He picks up a hard-earned 2 points. Dan Thompson in third in yellow for the Leicester Lions. He picked up 1, and WORRALL at the back with a duck egg. So it was a 4-2 heat result in favour of the Leicester Lions. Taking the match score after heat 3 is 10 to the Pirates, 8 to the Lions, and on aggregate, as you can see in the top of our screen there, it's all square. 54 points apiece. So here's your Heat 4 lineup, sponsored by Top Class Consultancy. On the inside in yellow is Max Clegg for the Leicester Lions. He will be with us shortly, I assure you viewers. In gate 2 is Nathan Ablitt for the Pirates in blue. In gate 3, Kyle Howarth. He's in white. In gate 3 for the Leicester Lions, and in red is Richard Lawson for the Pirates, right on the outside there. Just the whole meeting has the feel it's going to go all the way. Takes her up and away we go. And it's a great start from Lawson. Ablitt left at the back there spinning. But it's Lawson out front. It's Kyle Howarth behind him, taking chase. In white, in yellow, we have Max Clegg. He had a race win earlier in heat 2. And at the back is Nathan Ablitt for the Pirates. But it's Lawson looking fine and quick out front in red for the Pirates. If it all stays like this, we will obviously stay level on points, level on aggregate. Lawson looking pretty secure out front. He's dropped Howarth a little. Howarth won't be happy with that gap between the two. But it's red, white, yellow and blue as they come over the line. Red, white, yellow and blue as they come over the line. It's a 3-all heat score is the result of heat 4. Here comes Richard Lawson to come and take the plaudits. I say it most weeks, he's a Poole asset now. Here we go, here's your confirmation of heat 4 result. Richard Lawson wins it in red for the Pirates. He picks up 3 points. Kyle Howarth almost got alongside him there in turn 1 and 2, but he picks up 2 points in white for the Leicester Lions. Max Clegg, he's going to be an important man tonight. He picks up a point in yellow, and Nathan Ablitt in blue for the Pirates comes in at the back. So a 3-all heat score takes the score after heat 4 to 13 to the Pirates, 11 to the Leicester Lions, and as you can see on average, it's 57 points apiece. And here we go off the start. Lawson made an absolute flyer. Just got there half a bike length in front and was able to drop it across Howarth. And Max Clegg in turn was able to just get underneath. Here we go with Heat 5, sponsored by Trethowens. On the inside in Gate 1, in red is Stevie Worrall. For the Pirates in Gate 2 is Connor Mountain in yellow. For the Lions in Gate 3 in blue is Drew Kemp for the Pirates. And on the outside in white is Nick Morris for the Lions. So Nick Morris is in to take first in white for the Lions. We're all there now. Our referee's ready, the green lights are on, and away we go. And it looks like the Lions are out front. Oh, there's a bit of manoeuvre in there from Steve Worrall. But it's a good start from the Lions, and they're out 1 and 2. Worrall trying a big high wide line, and it's Drew Kemp at the back. Stevie Worrall got left at the start there a bit. He's really charging hard to try and go round the outside of Connor Mountain. But we know Connor Mountain's been going well of late. He's holding on a little there. But that's where all the action is at 2 and 3. But Stewart DICKSON will be absolutely cock-a-hoop in the pits if the race stays this way. It really does look like the Lions' roar has started, in as we go over the line. It's white, yellow, red and blue. It's a 5-1 maximum heat score to the Lions. A great race from the Lions there. They're now dialed in for sure. You can hear a pin drop here in the grandstand at Wimborne Road. We were not expecting that, and here's your confirmation of the Heat 5 result. It's a win in white for Nick Morris for the Leicester Lions. He picks up 3 points. In second in yellow is Connor Mountain. He picks up a couple. In third with Steve Worrall in red. He picks up a point, and Drew Kemp coming in at the back. After Heat 5, the match score of this second leg is 14 to the Pirates, and Leicester Lions now take the lead of 16. And you can see on aggregate there, Leicester Lions take a 4-point lead now on aggregate. It's Pirates 58, the Lions 62. Heat 6 sponsored by MB Wilkes, firm that builders use locally for sands, gravels, decorative stone. Danny King there having a good garden. So here we go, it's Heat 6, and on the inside in white is the dangerous man Carl Howarth. Gate 2 in red is Danny King for the Pirates. Paul Skipper in Gate 3 in yellow is Joe Thompson for the Leicester Lions, and in Gate 4 in blue is Ben Cook for the Pirates. And they start next to each other on the inside gates. Colin, our start marshal, is ready. Gates are up and away we go. And it's a great start from Howarth on the inside. Ben Cook comes around the outside there. Howarth gave Danny King a bit of a shove on the way in, pushed him up high. But Danny King has recovered back into third place. It's Howarth out front in white. Looking extremely quick. Danny King has gone across the slick, got filled in, slowed him right down. But he hasn't succumbed to the bit of Joe. But out front now, it's Ben Cook. I was watching the back end there. Ben Cook really is all after Howarth. He is all over him in blue. Caught him right up. riding a similar line. Ben's right there. Howarth must be able to hear him. Can he get by him with a corner to go? Howarth rides a smart line, but Cook's under him. Cook gets him on the line. Cook gets him on the line. It's blue, it's white, it's red, and yellow at the black. What a move from Ben Cook. The Pirates crowd have gone absolutely bananas. What a move. It was half a wheel. Howarth just drifted a touch wide. As you can hear, the Pirates crowd going crazy. We'll wait confirmation, but I was sat here on the line. I'm sure he got it, and so are half the crowd. He never gave up there. It was blue, white, red, and yellow. This is our unofficial heat result because we haven't had it from our central announcer yet, but this is what I think I saw. I think it's a win for Ben Cook. We'll just leave that shot there just a second as we wait for Nigel Leahy, our stadium announcer.
It looks like this, the win to the rider in blue.
He did get up, it was Ben Cook, so now we can confirm the Heat 6 result. Ben Cook wins, picks up a very important 3 points for the Pirates. In second was Carl Howarth. He was in white. In third was Danny King in red, and in fourth was Joe Thompson at the back. It was a 4-2 heat score to the Pirates as a result of Heat 6. That makes the match score after Heat 6 18 points apiece. Aggregate is 62 to the Pirates, 64, so we're back to the Lions being 2 points in front. Such a shame we didn't get to rerun that, but there we go. We had to wait for the results confirmation. So here we go, Heat 7. Wessex Marine sponsoring Heat 7. They're the match sponsors tonight also. In red on the inside is Richard Lawson for the Pirates. In gate 2 in white is Richie WORRALL for the Lions. In gate 3 in blue is Zach Cook for the Pirates. And in gate 4 is Dan Thompson in yellow. The track's now started to produce some lines. Our start marshal is ready, the green light is on, the tapes are up, and away we go. And it's a good start from Lawson. Gets up to the dirt high. It's good stuff from Zach Cook in blue. He comes through. Nearly hits the rider in white up the backside. Richie WORRALL, who locked on all the anchors. It's all about Zach Cook now holding on to that place and keeping it from Dan Thompson. Because the man Lawson, is out front in red, and he is gone. He's leaving Richie WORRALL in his wake. And now Zach Cook's coming up to WORRALL. He's now starting to make his move. He's settled in. He's right behind WORRALL. Can he do a bend? Can he do what his brother did in the previous heat? WORRALL riding a very tight line. Zach is all over him. Zach's going to have to go wide here, I believe. He has gone big, wide and high and handsome. Can he get round him? Not quite. It's red, white, blue, yellow. Red, white, blue and yellow. It's a 4-2 heat score to the Pirates. It's the result of Heat 7. Richard Lawson tapes the checker flag win in red for the Pirates. He picks up 3 points. Richie WORRALL he was away back in second in white, picks up 2 points, but it's 2 points all the same. In third was Zach Cook. He picks up a vital point for the Pirates in blue there, and Dan Thompson failed to score that time out. So after Heat 7, the match score is 22 to the Pirates, 20 to the Lions. And on aggregate, we're back there at 66 apiece. It's all level. Here we go. We are going to get a little clip. There's Ben right at the back on turn 1. He was right at the very back. Made a good first corner. Coming round now. Starts to chase Howarth. I was watching at the back here. Here we go, it's Heat 8. It's the Bournemouth Bedding Centre sponsoring Heat 8. In gate 1 in blue, the reserve change is Zach Cook. In gate 2 in yellow is Max Clegg for the Lions. In gate 3 in red is Ben Cook for the Pirates. And in gate 4 in white is Connor Mountain. I'll start Marshall trying to call Max Clegg in. He's the last rider into tapes. I'll start Marshall's ready. Tapes are up and away we go. And it's a good start from Max Clegg, but he gets moved out by Zach Cook, and here comes Ben up the inside of Connor Mountain. And it's Pirates in a position of a 5-1 at the minute. Zach's heading off into the distance. And Ben now will follow and take chase. The Cook brothers out front for the Pirates in a 5-1. The Lions falling over one another in 3rd and 4th. That will only help the Pirates get away. But it's Zach Cook. What a start he made. That handle grip change must have made a world of difference, but it wasn't even on the throttle hand. Ben is now caught up to Zach. And as they come to the checker flag, you will hear a roar here from the Pirates fans. It's blue, red, white and yellow. Taking all the plaudits of the crowd. Here we go, the Heat 8 result. It's a 5-1 maximum heat score to the Pirates. In blue, rider in blue was Zach Cook. He picks up 3 points for the Pirates. In second, in red, was Ben Cook. He picks up a couple. Third was Connor Mountain in white. He picked up a point, and Max Clegg came in there at the back. 5-1 heat score to the Pirates, taking the match score after Heat 8 to 27 to the Pirates and 21 to the Lions. And now on aggregate, here's the all-important score. It's 71 to the Pirates, 67 to the Lions. Here we go from the start. It was a wonderful start on the inside from Zach Cook. Max Clegg didn't make a bad one, but he got pushed wide by Cook, who went past the corner a little bit and left a little space for his brother there, and he only needs a little space. But here we go, it's Heat 9, sponsored by Bell's Decor. On the inside in blue is Drew Kemp for the Pirates. In gate 2 is the hard charging, fast starting Kyle Howarth in white for the Leicester Lions. In gate 3 in red is Steve Worrall for the Pirates, and on the outside in gate 4 in yellow is Joe Thompson. Kyle Howarth in white there first into the tapes. Here we go then. Heat 9's coming to you. And it's a good start from Drew Kemp on the inside. Worrall cuts back under. Kemp's going to have to go wide to cut the line of Howarth, which he has. And lets Worrall come up the inside. Worrall then goes wide and shuts the run of Howarth himself. It's Drew Kemp out front. Worrall second. It's Howarth in third. And it's Joe Thompson at the back. Pirates are on a 5-1 and they've worked hard to get it, but Howarth will not let this go. The Leicester Lions captain is a hard charger, fast rider around here, and he really will chase down Steve Worrall, and we can see him making inroads on Worrall. Worrall's going to have eyes in the back of his head. He's trying to nurture Drew Kemp up out front. He's the experienced man here. The rider in red is Worrall. As they come round to the line, Howarth is trying a big one, but he doesn't make it. It's blue, red, white and yellow. Blue, red, white and yellow. It's a 5-1 maximum heat score to the Pirates. So there's confirmation of your Heat 9 result. It's a win in blue for Drew Kemp, as you can hear behind me. In second is Steve Worrall in red for the Pirates. He picks up a couple. Kyle Howarth picks up a point for the Leicester Lions, and Joe Thompson failed to score in yellow at the back there. We are looking at a match score after Heat 9 of 32 to the Pirates, 22 to the Lions. So the Pirates open up a 10-point lead now. And on aggregate, yes, we can see it's 76 to the Pirates, 68 to the Lions. And after Heat 9, they've opened up an 8-point lead on aggregate. That's the important one. Here we go from the start. Drew Kemp was super strong there. He was being leaned on by Howarth, but he was having none of it. He gave Howarth a shove. Howarth got in no man's land on the outside. They just ran out of room. He looked quick, but ran out of room. And that allowed Worrall underneath him. And of course, he went wide again, and Worrall cut his move off. So here's Heat 10, sponsored by the Pirates Cast. And our man in blue on the inside in gate 1 is Ben Cook. In gate 2 is Dan Thompson. In yellow for the Leicester Lions. In gate 3 is Danny King in red for the Pirates. And on the outside is Richie WORRALL in white for the Lions. So here we go. Riders are all in a Heat 10. Colin, our start marshal, is ready. The green light is on. You can see there it goes. The tapes are up and away we go. And it's another good start from Ben Cook on the inside. And who's coming round to meet him? It's Danny King. The Pirates duo are out front again. Oh, Ben's got a lot of lift off the inside. It's Richie WORRALL there in third. And it's Dan Thompson at the back. Can the Pirates pull off another 5-1 here? Richie WORRALL is trying to make sure that doesn't happen. He looks a bit quicker than Ben and is long lengthening the straights. And he looks a bit quicker. Ben's got his work cut out here. Ben Cook in blue for the Pirates. Richie WORRALL really is trying everything he knows. He is all over the exhaust pipe of Ben Cook. Can Ben Cook hold on? WORRALL straightening it out. Ben Cook cuts that line off round the outside. Richie WORRALL goes high and wide again. Ben Cook is mid-track. He comes across and holds him off. It's red, blue, white and yellow is the heat result. Red, blue, white and yellow. It's another 5-1. It's 3 5-1s in a row for the Pirates as they try to break the back of this Leicester Lions team. In Heat 10 result, it's a 5-1 Heat score, as you can hear from the Pirates. Fans behind me, it's a win in red for Danny King. He picks up 3 points for the Pirates. In blue, it's a good second spot there. What a great start he had for Ben Cook. He picks up 2 points. Richie WORRALL, not for the lack of trying. He was giving it everything he had, but just couldn't get on level terms. He picks up a point. And Dan Thompson fails to score at the back. So after Heat 10, the match score on the night for the second leg is 37 to the Pirates, 23 to the Lions. Here we go. Look at Ben Cook. He has a good start there. Just gets in front of Thompson. Stays down low and lets Danny King blast around the outside. It wasn't all done by the shouting there. Richie WORRALL was all over Ben Cook, and that. Oh. Here's Heat 11. In gate 1 in white is Nick Morris for the Leicester Lions. In gate 2 is Richard Lawson for the Pirates. In red in gate 3. In yellow is Connor Mountain for the Lions. And in gate 4 is Zach Cook in blue for the Pirates. Seems to be a regular occurrence here at Wimborne Road. Every time we come here, Richard Lawson is winning races. He's been the signing of the year for me. He really has. Came in late, but my word, he's now a Poole asset. I think he's owned by Poole. So what a job he's doing for the Pirates again tonight. Here we go. Takes her up on Heat 11 and away he goes again on the inside. Zach Cook coming around the outside all the way. Oh, what a move from Zach Cook. Lawson shepherds him round. So it's another 5-1 on the cards for the Pirates. Can Lawson do enough? Morris has now come under. Lawson looks over his shoulder. Morris is now under Connor Mountain, probably to take the task. The Lions falling over one another again. As Morris is trying to get by Mountain, but it's Zach Cook out front. What a move round turns 1 and 2 from him on lap 1 to get himself into the lead. Richard Lawson left him room to come by down the back straight. As we head to the checkered flag, it's another 5-1 to the Pirates. Blue, red, yellow, white. Blue, red, yellow and white. It's the 4th 5-1 in a row to the Pirates. The two boys congratulate themselves there, and quite rightly so. The meeting was really, really tense up until that heat 8. Here's your heat confirmation of heat 11 result. Is a 5-1 maximum heat score to the Pirates. Zach Cook wins it in blue. He picks up 3 points. In second was Richard Lawson in red for the Pirates. In third was Connor Mountain for the Lions, and at the back was Nick Morris. Failing to score. Your score after heat 11. The match score is 42 to the Pirates on the night, 24 to the Lions. And here we go. Here are the lineup for Heat 12. It's sponsored by Crescent Motorcycles at Leadblake Industrial Estate of Verwood for all your motorcycle needs. In gate 1 in yellow is Max Clegg. He's the reserve change for the Lions. In gate 2 in red is Steve Worrall for the Pirates. In gate 3 is his brother in white, Richie WORRALL for the Lions. And on the outside in gate 4 is Nathan Ablitt for the Pirates. The riders come in. I don't know who touched them first there. I don't know whether it was Worrall or whether it was Ablitt. I mean Richie WORRALL. I don't know whether we can get a quick replay of that. Here we go. Who was the first one to touch? Oh, the tapes didn't go up correctly by the looks of things. Quick run through again of the lineup. Sponsored by Crescent Motorcycles. Heat 12. ReRun. It's gate 1. Max Clegg reserve change in yellow for the Lions. Gate 2 in red is Stevie Worrall for the Pirates. In gate 3 in white for the Lions is Richie WORRALL, his brother. And gate 4 is Nathan Ablitt in blue for the Pirates. He's back in his start position, so all good. So here we go with the rerun of Heat 12. And away we go. It's a good start from Stevie WORRALL on the inside, being followed by Richie WORRALL, and Nathan Ablitt's going around the outside of Max Clegg. He's right in the mix in blue in second. Taken after Stevie WORRALL. Max Clegg's now trying to come under Nathan Ablitt. Ablitt's gone down tight. Now he's hit the dirt. Here's all the action at the back. It's Richie WORRALL. He's cleared off at the front in red. Nathan Ablitt is hanging on. Max Clegg's gone underneath him. It's all going to get tight. Ablitt tucks across him. Hits the dirt. Can he hold on to the spot? Him and Clegg. Oh, and Ablitt's holding on there. Kept it pinned. He really is trying, this young man. But he's held the spot. He's got 1 lap to go. The rider in blue will bring this place down if he holds on to this. He really will. He's got spun up there. Clegg's up the inside. He's tried to drop it on it again. He's gone wide, wide, wide. Has he got it on the run to the line? Not quite. Not quite. All action. It was red, white, yellow and blue. Red, white, yellow and blue as they came home. It was a 3-all heat score. Was the result of Heat 12. What entertainment that was. Stevie Worrall oblivious to it out front. He trapped it and left. Confirmation of Heat 12 was a win for Steve Worrall. He picked up 3 points in red for the Pirates. Second was Richie WORRALL. His brother in white picked up a couple for Leicester. In third was Max Clegg in yellow. He picks up a point for the Lions, and it was Nathan Ablitt battling hard and was just unfortunate there at the back. Heat 13, sponsored by the Riders Equipment Fund. On the inside in red is Pirates captain Danny King. In blue, in gate 2, in white is Nick Morris for the Lions. In gate 3 in blue is Richard Lawson for the Pirates. And in gate 4 is Kyle Howarth in yellow for the Lions. Richard Lawson yet to be headed. So here we go. There'll be elbows for sure at the first turn in this one. Takes her up and away we go. And who's made it? Danny King and Lawson have made it for the Pirates. As they head down into turn 3. You can still chuck a blanket over all 4 here. All looking for lines. All looking for race lines. But it's Lawson looks quick out front. Danny King's joined him in the dirt. But it's Morris now taking after Danny King. One mistake from any of the Pirates duo, the Lions will be all over them. Howarth looking to be dropped at the back there now, but it's still the Pirates in a 5-1 position. Morris has found some speed. He really is not a lot slower than Danny King, and he really is coming up on him now. As they head to the checkered flag, Morris is going to try and cut back and come under. He didn't quite make it. It was blue, red, white and yellow. Blue, red, white and yellow. And that does the job for the Pirates. That does the job for the Pirates. It's an aggregate win. Sealed in Heat 13 by that 5-1. Here is your Heat 13 result. It is Richard Lawson takes the win in blue, and he picks up 3 points for the Pirates. In second in red is Danny King. He picks up a couple. In third was Nick Morris in white. And at the back was Kyle Howarth in yellow. So the match score after Heat 13 is 50 to the Pirates and 28 to the Leicester Lions, but the important score is 94 to the Pirates, 74 to the Leicester Lions. On the inside in gate 1 is Dan Thompson in white for the Leicester Lions. In gate 2 is Zach Cook in blue for the Pirates. In gate 3 is Max Clegg. He's in yellow for the Leicester Lions, and on the outside is Drew Kemp. He's in red for the Pirates. Here we go, takes her up and away we go again. And it's a good start off the inside from Zach Cook, and he's followed round that line round the outside by Drew Kemp. Brave move. There was not a lot of room there between him and Clegg. Clegg's there in third, and it's Dan Thompson at the back in white. Oh, he's made a mess of it, nearly goes through the pit gate. But it's the Pirates out front again on a 5-1. Zach Cook taking off into the distance. Drew Kemp following him almost wheel for wheel, but Max Clegg hasn't given this up here in yellow. He really hasn't given this up. He's trying to find a tight line to come on terms with Drew Kemp. So here's we come to the checkered flag. A win for blue, red, white, blue, red, yellow, white. blue, red, yellow and white. It's a 5-1 heat score to the Pirates. Here's the confirmation of the Heat 14 result. Zach Cook wins it in blue for the Pirates. Second is Drew Kemp in red. Also for the Pirates in third was Max Clegg in yellow, and at the back was Dan Thompson in white. The match score after Heat 14 is 55 to the Pirates, 29 to the Leicester Lions, but the all-important aggregate score 99 to the Pirates, 75 to the Lions. Zach Cook made a terrific start there from gate 2. Got across Dan Thompson, stayed tight, and then eased his way out mid-track. And look at Drew Kemp, stayed out in the dirt. He really squeezed himself up there. There wasn't a lot of room between him and the rider in yellow, Max Clegg. So, Heat 15, sponsored by Moorish Homes. And on the inside in red is Ben Cook for the Pirates. A well-deserved run in Heat 15 for him. In gate 2 in white will be Richie WORRALL for the Leicester Lions. In gate 3 in blue will be Richard Lawson on a paid max tonight. And on 4 in yellow is Nick Morris.
Remember, after Heat 15 we'll be holding our press conference down in...
He doesn't even look to have moved yet. So the red lights have come on. Looks like the rider in yellow has been excluded for not making it to the start.
2 minutes expired for heat number 15. Rider in yellow, that's Nick Morris.
So Morris off a 15 back there. He's still off gate 4. We'll just go through it again. Ben Cook's on the inside at Pirates, gate 1. He's in red. Richie WORRALL, gate 2 in white for the Lions. Gate 3, the man on paid maximum off a 4 out in is Richard Lawson. And oh yeah, Ben Cook's also on a paid, and on the outside there, the excluded Nick Morris, but he's now off a 15 in white. Away we go. That's a good start from Ben Cook and Richard Lawson. Ben Cook gets over the top of Richie WORRALL, sorry. Force a habit. It's Ben Cook in second, so it's Lawson out front, Cook in second, WORRALL in third, and Morris has now caught up to the tail of the bunch. It's made a good run on his 15 metres. Richie WORRALL's trying to get that long straight off of turn 3 down into turn 2. He's gone wide, but Ben's gone out there and cut his run off. Wise move there, but WORRALL's not giving this up. He's still battling hard. Can't tell him the meeting's over there. The Leicester Lion is still giving it a go. Trying to go up the inside of Ben there. He's now cut it tight. Can Ben Cook hold on? He's gone high, wide and handsome. It's blue, red and white. So
Finished the job. Richard Lawson and Ben Cook.
So it was a win for Richard Lawson in blue, runner-up. And second place, whatever you want to call it, was Ben Cook. Both those guys get a paid max tonight. Here's your Heat 15 result. Richard Lawson wins it in blue. Ben Cook follows him home in red. Richie WORRALL comes in third, and Nick Morris, after being excluded, then didn't actually manage to finish. So there's the match result, 60 points to 30 on the evening. It's Pirates to the final against the Red Car Bears. But first, before that, they've got a semi-final at Glasgow on Sunday for the Championship Playoff Leg 1, and then back here next Wednesday for the Championship Playoff Semi-Final Leg 2. As the happy fans leave the stadium, Wimborne Road tonight, with that playoff win. Many thanks to all the Pirates TV crew. Rob Haywood on main camera, roaming camera Paul Hague, presenter, interviewer, commentator, oh that'll be me. Stadium presenter Nigel Leahy, Producer and director Andy Hague. Support Katie Mitchell, I think I know her. Riders Images, HMX Images, and Steve Dickson. Thanks to you all. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again soon.